The 5 best Zelda title screen ever, in my opinion. What kind of a topic is that? And I understand if you're thinking, don't you have any ideas for a new video, or are you so desperate? I can imagine some of you think that. But let me explain. A title screen for me means a lot. I put many thoughts and feelings into a title screen, and you know I'm a very sensitive person, and I'm a kind of a person that cries to games, and yeah. So a title screen can make a huge impression on me before I start an adventure. I've told you many times how the art inside a game can make me feel like I'm ready for a journey. So when I put a game into my Switch or Super Nintendo or N64 GameCube and I see the title screen pop up, that's like, are you ready for an adventure? Are you ready for what this game can bring to the table? Are you ready to feel emotions? Are you ready to cry? Are you ready to feel epicness? Are you ready to forget time and problems in life and just relax and chill and enjoy the moment you have with your Zelda game? And you know that I love Zelda. It's my second favorite series of all time in gaming. And there are so many games in the series. So I was thinking, which title screen have made a huge impact on me? And I will try to explain why these title screens have some meaning for me and why they have such a huge impact for the whole journey and for why I love these games so much. What kind of feelings could you put into a title screen? Yeah, you can put your nostalgia for the game, you can put the first impression before you play the game, and you can go back to the game after you completed it, and the second time you see the title screen, maybe the title screen means something more for you. And all 3 examples I made you see that on this list. So yeah, let's talk about my 5 favorites Zelda title screens ever. Let me take you back to the mid-2000s, where a little game was under the horizon. No, it wasn't a little game. It was a huge, big, enormous game. Some of you know that I love Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, the 2 games for the N64. And these games was very, and I know that the N64 didn't have the best graphics, but at the time it was a power machine. And the games for the Zelda series at that time was very realistic. It was like, wow, this is grown-up games. Ocarina of Time, a powerful story and great graphics, and Majora's Mask with a dark story and the adult take on the story. Yeah, it was like you have to be adult or you have to be a grown-up kid or a badass child to play these games. So everyone was excited when the new Nintendo machine, the GameCube, was announced, and everyone was thinking, how is the next Zelda game going to look like? And many got disappointed because it was the Wind Waker we saw for the next Zelda game, and I love the Wind Waker. But you have to understand, back then, people was craving after an adult take on the Zelda universe. This was the adult take on Nintendo games. We have Mario, we have many other series, but the Zelda series was the one you have to take serious if you was a grown-up kind of guy or girl. So when Nintendo announced Zelda Twilight Princess, people was going apeshit.
But before you leave, I'd like you to step inside one more world for Nintendo GameCube.
as you can see, the hype was to the roof with Twilight Princess. And I think I've told you the story before, how I got my Nintendo Wii. I was good friends with the boss at EB Games, and every day after school I was going up to the EB Games in the Rødovre Centrum. is a mall in Denmark, and I was talking to the guy, and I was like, always, I can't wait for Twilight Princess, and he was laughing all the time. This is the biggest Zelda guy in Denmark. He loves Zelda so much, and I was like 17, I think 16, around that age, and I must admit, I hate high school. I didn't like to go at school. I always been bad at reading and learning, and I just wanted to work and be passionate about my hobbies. Every day at the high school I was looking at my calendar, and all of my friends in the high school have homeworks in the calendar, but for me it was the countdown for Twilight Princess. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I was so excited. So yeah, and at that time I got my tattoo, the Triforce, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't wait. The boss at EB Games / GameStop, he could see how much I was looking forward to Twilight Princess and the Nintendo Wii. So I had a girlfriend back in the high school, and the boss from EB Games / GameStop, he was making a deal with her that I could get the Nintendo Wii and the Twilight Princess some days before it got released, and it was. I'm still surprised that he made that deal with my girlfriend at that time. So one day after school, I think it was 3 days before the game got released and the Nintendo Wii got released, there was a package on my bed, and I was like, what is going on? And I was opening it, and I saw the Nintendo Wii, and greatest of all, I saw Twilight Princess, the game I had been waiting for so long. And at that night, I was boosting up my Nintendo Wii, and I put my Twilight Princess disc in the machine. And I heard the jingle from the Nintendo Wii. And then the game began. And the thing I saw at that moment was the title screen. The game I had been waiting for so long. It feels like forever the wait. And the thing I saw was a throwback to one of my favorite games of all time, Ocarina of Time. We saw Link riding at a pony through the sunset, over the bridge, in Hyrule Field, and the soundtrack in the meantime was kicking in. And I was like, this game builds up for an adventure that I will never forget. It was dark, it was mature, it was epic, and I couldn't wait. I was just staring at the title screen, and I saw the logo, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, and I was like, damn. And I think I saw, when I'm excited for a game, I just look at the title screen. I hate people when they boost up the game they have looking forward to, and they just smash the A button and go through into the game. You have to watch the title screen. It shows you the whole journey you have in front of you. Damn, I just lighting up in my head and in my face when I'm thinking about it. And yeah, Twilight Princess is a blast, and I must say, that moment, that night, I was like thinking all the time, I can't wait to talk about this in the high school for my friends and say, I got the game before time, fuckers. No, it was a perfect night. I was, yeah. On place number 4, we have a game that I think many of you are surprised that I like. I will say this is the Dark Sheep in the Zelda series, and I have a special relationship to this game. I can see the fault. I can see the missteps. I can see all the things the game makes wrong, and I understand why some people really hate this game. But for me, I have a soft spot for it, and I really hope we get a remake someday, because I think this game needs justice. The game has some of the best soundtracks ever in the series, and but then what have this to do with the title screen? Let me explain. The first time I played this game, the title screen didn't make any special emotion in me. It was just like awesome. And then I played it and I had a blast with it. The first time I played this game was for the Nintendo Wii on the Virtual Console. And I enjoyed the game, and I always thought, okay, this game is pretty awesome. And then I heard people talking about it, and some people really, really hate The Legend of Zelda 2 Link's Adventure. And I was like, is it really that bad? And I saw many YouTube videos that make fun of the game. They talk about I'm Arrow and the trip back from, if you died at the Death Mountain, you have to go and you die in that area. You have to go from the beginning all the way back, and the dungeons was difficult, and there was experience point, and you have to go from the left to the right sometimes. It was weird. It was the Dark Ship. But I have just a soft spot for this game, because before I heard that so many people hated it, I just made my own impression of the game. I made my own experience. I didn't hear anything about the game before I played it. And I loved it. It has some of the best music, and I always think back to the Adventure of Link and have so many great memories of the game. So, and I know the faults, and I must say I feel sorry for the game. I really do. So every time I boot up the game, Link's Adventure, the title screen just hit me. It had the night sky, it had the cliff with the Master Sword down in it with it, and the stars are sparkling, and then the music hits, and it's so epic. And every time I just watch the title screen, it's like this is adventure that have been misunderstood, in my opinion. There are so many great elements. The music, the dungeons are great. The town is wonderful. I love the experience points, actually, and I love the boss fights. Even Dark Link. It was the first time we saw Dark Link, and I know you can cheat for victory, but I really think it's a great game. I really do. And every time I watch the title screen, it just, oh, you're so misunderstood, and I really love you, and I have a smile on my face when I see the title screen, because it reminds me of AVGN. He talks about the game, and all people are talking about I'm Arrow, and I can just laugh. I'm just laughing that there are so many missteps in this game, but I still love you, and I just want to play you. And when the title screen just say the perfect thing, it's like, welcome home, then. Now you can play me again. I know many people hate me, but I know you love me. Here's a great title screen. Some of you may think, you just talk about you love the game. This has nothing to do with the title screen. But I promise you, the title screen have a huge impact for me. The first time I didn't notice it, but the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, I had completed this game many, many times. Before I played the game, I just watched the title screen, and I'm like, people really need to play you. You are so wonderful, you are so beautiful, you're such a great game. I really love The Adventure of Link. It's such a great game. And the title screen, every time I boot up the game, I just watch it and have a smile on my face. third best title screen from the Zelda series, in my opinion, is a game that was the first in the series I completed. And when this game got released, I always just saw my big brother normally play the Zelda series. This was the first game I played on my own. And I remember I was terrified to go on this adventure by myself. I was at the moment in the school where I had a difficult time. I was like, I don't feel right at school. I always feel dumb. I'm not good at school. I didn't have many friends, and so this game hit me at a time where I really wanted to escape from the real world and just stick into a game and just be captured. My big brother didn't play anymore, and I was on my own actually, and yeah, we was at the time, I think I was around 12, 13 years old, and many of my friends was beginning to like girls, and I was not interested. I was just like, I want to play, I want to play around and throw Pokeballs at the forest with my friends, but they didn't want to do that. They were beginning to smoke and drink, and I was still like, I'm not there. So I was sitting by myself, and I couldn't figure out where I wanted to go. And as I told you, I was terrified to play this game, but I picked it up for my birthday gift and birthday money. And I remember I booted it up, and I was like, okay, Daniel, are you ready for this adventure? And then the title screen came, and I was like, I'm ready for this adventure. You saw the island, you saw the sea, and the cheer up music. You saw, I could just feel the happiness in the music, and I heard that many people didn't want this art style for a Zelda game, but I was in love with it. I loved the cartoon kind of take of the game, and I was like, this is the perfect first Zelda game. And I mean, it really is the best starting point for a Zelda game when you are young and you are a little bit terrified to play Zelda games. The Wind Waker is just a masterful game, and the title screen says it all. You see the peaceful island, you see the big ocean, and it says, are you ready, Daniel? Are you ready for an adventure on the open sea? And I have a soft spot for the sea. I always love to take on a boat and just sail through the horizon and just feel the silenceness. I love silence. I love when there are no sound at all, and you can just hear the waves and the wind, and then there comes the flute. And I'm just on the boat by myself and the King of Red Lion, and we were sailing. And every time I booted up my Nintendo GameCube with the Wind Waker, every time I booted up the Wind Waker on my Nintendo GameCube, it was saying, are you ready to move on? And every time I started up the game, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And sometimes, yeah, I love the sleep mode with the newer console, with the Nintendo Switch, and you can, every time you're done with a game, you can just make it, you can just make the Nintendo Switch to go to sleep mode. But there is something special every time you close the game and you boot it up and you see the title screen. Often I don't see title screen very often anymore, but back then, every time you have to play the game, you saw the title screen. And I couldn't wait to sail further. And I have many things at school, homeworks I didn't make, and I should really do that. It was so stupid that I didn't make my homework. But I just played Zelda the Wind Waker. And I had the feeling every time I was jumping on the boat and just sailing, I was escaping from reality. I was escaping from the real life. And you can say that's stupid, but at that moment, at that time, I really needed it. And the title screen was just inviting me into the game every time. And I know some of you really love the Wii U version where you can sail fast, but the reason why I love the GameCube, the original game, is because you take your time. You don't are in a rush. You can just sail at your own speed, and I know you can just don't use the fast sail in the Wii U version, but if you have the opportunity, you often do it. I did it by myself, but when you take that, if you just jump in the boat and sail, it's just magic. And every time I play the Wind Waker, I'm like, I have to watch the title screen, and I'm just smiling. I love the Wind Waker. My second favorite title screen for the Zelda series, and actually one of the best title screen ever made. And I must say my number one spot is probably my second favorite title screen ever in any games. But let's talk about my second favorite first. This game, I think many of you have this as your favorite. Oh my god. I have to take you back when I was 8 years old, and my big brother was still playing Nintendo at that moment, and he was playing Zelda. And at that Christmas we got Ocarina of Time. And at that night, after the guest was gone and our dad has told us to go to bed, we were allowed to play our game. My dad, he was turning off the light. My big brother and I were sitting in our bed, and then we turned on the Nintendo 64 and played Zelda Ocarina of Time. And the first thing that hit us was the moon shining out of the TV screen into our bedrooms. And the only color that was in the bedroom was from the screen, from the Ocarina of Time title screen. Every time we booted up Ocarina of Time, we saw Link as an adult. And I remember when I looked at some screenshots and I saw my big brother's friend playing Ocarina of Time, he was at the beginning of the game and he was young Link. But in the title screen, you see a grown-up Link, and I was like, I didn't know about you could get grown up. I was like, is this possible? I couldn't believe it. Are you going to get grown up? Every time we booted up the game, we were very slow to complete Ocarina of Time, but every time my big brother and I we were booting up Ocarina of Time, we was watching a grown-up Link riding a pony. Oh, it was like, this game is so huge, and we was just watching the title screen all the time, hearing the music, and saw a grown-up Link. Take me back, man. Take me back. Oh my god. I love it. It's such a great title screen. Favorite title screen in the Zelda series, and one of the best title screens of all time, is some dark shit, man. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. I don't think many people appreciate this enough, because many are just smashing the A button and go to the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this title screen have so many layers. You can analyze it. You can. This is not just a title screen. This is This is an experience by itself. Of course, I talk about The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Let me explain. We all saw on the front cover that this is a dark Zelda game. It was a twisted cover. And then we booted up the game, and what we saw was a light-hearted melody. And we saw the town, and we saw people working, and people at the restaurant and the hotel. They were just having the day life. The postman was delivering package, and Link was chilling. He just swinging around his legs, and it was just enjoyable. And the title screen just moved on, and I can imagine many people were just smashing the A button to start the game. But if you continue to see the title screen and waited a long time, and I will show you, of course. You saw it begin to be dark. You had seen the title screen where the camera was moving around in the city, and then it got dark. It was night. The music got twisted, and the camera was looking up to the moon. And then you saw the Skull Kid beside the moon, and the moon was getting near the city. And then the music gets totally crazy and creepy. And then the title screen come up in the front of you. The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Damn, I was terrified. I was terrified by the title screen. We saw the glad happiness town at the beginning, how everyone was just enjoying life, and and it all just looked so peaceful until you looked up and saw the moon. And I was like, what is going on in this game? I can't believe it. This is, in my opinion, the perfect title screen. It tells a story. It's just incredible. When I'm talking about it, I want to play Majora's Mask. Oh my god. But let's see it. Yeah, oh shit. thank you so much everyone for watching the whole video. This was an incredible video to make. I really love to make it, and I'm very, 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 very interested to hear what is your favorite title screen from the Zelda universe. Let me know down in the comment section. I'm pretty sure you have your own opinions of what makes a title screen good, and I love to hear why you love the title screen in this game and why you love in the other game and why you don't like my opinions. That would be amazing to hear. But again, thank you so much for watching the whole video. This was Stanken from the P-Wing. Purple love to you all. Bye.